Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about watermills. I've actually got a selection of about 15 watermills as per normal. I'm going to run through them and give my general impressions. We're going to start with the cheapest and work on up. These are actually, I suppose you can almost call them like picture postcard type watermills, or could be ones. I'll be doing another video about what you can class as big mills, or the industrial mills, or mills with over 300 metres square livable space, which is roughly about 3,300 feet square. So anyhow, on with the, let's say, smaller ones. So like I said, starting at the bottom and working up, this is a mill which is on the market for 65,000 euros. Obviously don't expect too much for that sort of price. Mills by their nature tend to be more expensive than other properties, let's say, purely and simply because of the actual rarity side, I suppose, or the water factor side maybe. But then again, the water factor can also be a downside for certain people. Anyway, moving onwards. This property here is situated near Ernee in the Mayenne region of France. You can see here on the photos, not massive. How much size did it say it has here? Let's come back a bit. 90 metres square. So you can get, there's 4 rooms there, 1 bedroom at the moment. You can get a reasonable sized holiday home there. So back to the photos, let's have a look at this. So, well, that roof probably needs redoing. It's probably watertight, but if you're going to do a nice renovation job, don't necessarily leave the roof till last. That is no doubt a barn which comes with it because it doesn't tally with the rest of it. And you've got an overground field. That's a nice photo from that agency. Okay, so here you go. Complete renovation job. Like I said, well, it is 65,000. Big fireplace there. Those beams don't look too bad, but there's actually signs. No, actually, that's end wall there saying that, sorry. But those floors will be ripping out and everything. Obviously, 65,000 is a watermill. For that price, you don't get a whole wheel. You get just, I don't know, what's that be? 1/8 of a wheel. Yeah, well, don't really know why I took that photo. There's the millstones though, so not going to be done with them, but certainly make a nice feature. And we're back to the main photo. Once again, typical French agency, 6 photos. It's a cheap one. Oh, don't do too many photos, please. Quite a bit of work on there, but then again, 65,000 euros. How much land has that got? That's actually got, let's have a look here. Oh, you've got 2.7 hectares. Near to the centre of town, old mill for renovation with outbuildings, 2.7 hectares, that's for 5.2, 6.5 acres, something like that. And this is, like I said, is situated near Ernee. So there's France. There's Laval for you, I don't see this as we zoom in. Rennes, Le Mans. Come up here, you got Caen, you got Saint-Malo there. And Ernee is there, so that's probably about a good hour's drive to Locmalo and probably about 2 hours to Caen. Bog basic renovation project, but a watermill all the same. Saying that, we didn't actually see any trace of the actual river on that one, saying that, did we? Because there's lots of mills you'll find that no longer have water. So they're almost like watermills by name as opposed by nature. So I imagine this actually had a mill stream coming down the back of it somewhere and going off, but I can't actually see any trace of the water there. Okay, on to the next one. Oh yeah, I pulled this one up, not particularly for the mill itself, I just thought this photo was brilliant. This lady here, Sophie Deganet, seems to get house photos and YouTube thumbnails confused. I thought I'd just show you that, made me laugh. So back to the mill itself, we're talking about 150,000 euros here. This is actually in Riols, which is in Department 34. I'll show you the map in a minute. And what do we have here? So basically, very close to Riols, character property, on the base of an old mill, room extensions. It's only got 400 metres square of land, which isn't massive. That's like 1/10 of an acre. Lots of legal jargon. 78 metres square livable space, 2 bedrooms, 3 rooms, 400 metres square land as I mentioned. Outbuildings, and the energy rating is a B, which is quite good, admittedly. So let's have a look at the photos. Right, so yeah, there's the YouTube thumbnail, as I said. This is the mill here itself. So it doesn't look that big. Nice decking area there. Imagine that's land down below. Fairly standard kitchen. Looks like a 1980s renovation. Which has been updated slightly. Shower room, yeah, it's Italian shower. This looks very much like a 1980s renovation, been bought recently, revamped. I guess it'd be a post-COVID thing. Brought as a holiday home, then realised I don't go there anymore. One thing I do find weird, those actually got, it's all like modernish bathroom, and then you've got a seat in the shower, which tends to indicate an older person. Bit of advert for the agency there. There's the thumbnail. Let's have a look and see where Riols is quickly. Right down here towards Béziers. That's a fairly expensive area, but if you ask me, that does sound a bit expensive for that size. And when I say actually expensive for its size, don't forget this is actually very relative. Prices change greatly from area to area in France. And so, although I'm saying that sounds expensive, it sounds expensive to me. Down in Riols, like I said, that's a bit far south for me. I don't really know that area too well, but it could be a very expensive area, so it could be a very logical price. Me personally, if I was looking at a more open area, as most English buyers are, or American buyers, then I'd rather be a bit further afield and pay a lot less or get a lot more for my money than pay for something small in an expensive area. Or it might just be overpriced. So, on to the next one. This one here, well, there you go. Good example in the sense we've gone from 78 metres square to how much here? Where are we? 75. That's the actual house. You've got all the outbuildings there as well. This mill here is actually on the books with my agency. It's based in Haute-Vienne. I'll show you where in a minute. And so basically being sold here with 1.24 hectares. So I'd say about a good 3 acres. Central heating. It's near the Grand Chateaux. Okay, DPE isn't brilliant. Probably need some work on it. Let's look a bit closer. Okay, at least you've got the water there, the stream factor, because I haven't seen water on the last 2 properties of Italy. Some land there, okay. Right, inside, let's have a look here. All looks clean and tidy, okay. You might want to update it, this sort of thing, but it all certainly seems to be there. Depends what you're looking for in a house. Are you actually looking to make it a fully modern house inside an old one, or do you like the older aspect? Me personally, I like the older aspect, but then again, you can still always modernise certain things and make them better. Admittedly, looking at that plug system there doesn't look best. And that there is the old telephone bell, but it could be a nice feature. Okay, so plenty of rooms here. Oh, that's a very old looking room. Wallpapered ceilings and walls. Single glazed here. Oh, and you actually have got the actual mill workings as well, which is a nice one, because quite often on the mills, everything mill-ish has been taken out. And there are a lot of fans of the actual inside mill workings. Sometimes they're inside the house, sometimes in a separate building. I get the impression with this one, it's in a separate building. So always a nice feature to keep. Because what's the point of having a mill if it's no longer a mill? There you actually have an old oil-fired central heating system, and you have an adjoining wood one. You actually got wood-fired central heating there, and they've got a very low rating. That's quite unusual. They're oil-fired, yes. They probably didn't consider the wooden one. Another style, old house. Oh, old house, old room. Yeah, so okay, needs work on this place. But you've got the barns there. It looks livable. You move in. You've got the land there, you see. So the houses are here in the dark yellow. And that's all the land, and that's the river going down there. That's on our books here. I'll put a link at the top of the page, straight to that page, so you can find out more about that property and contact our agent Andrew if you want to know more about it. And that one is situated Pretty well central France. There's Paris, give you an idea. There's the border going on. Well, it's not very central. Actually, that's about the centre here, Le Mont-du-Son, I'd say. So, almost central. In the Vienne region, I believe. There's La Souterraine. What else we've got? Major towns we've got around here. Let's have a look here. Saint-Marcel, Bellac, Guéret. And there's Poitiers, for example, and Châteauroux and Limoges, to give you an idea. There to there, Limoges, that's probably 40-minute drive, something like that, 40, 45 minutes. So you've got Limoges Airport. Certainly an interesting project, and me personally, I'd rather pay 159 for that as opposed to 150 for the little small one by the main road. Anyway, onwards and upwards. This one here is, I think we can class it as a picture postcard. Very nice looking thing. Oh, well, that water looks quite low. This one, if I remember quite, yeah, this is right down south as far as I remember. Be careful of the drought situation down south. They've been in drought for about 18 months now, so sometimes watermills won't be watermills for very long. Anyway, so here we go. Let's have some 179,000, 2,200 metres square. That's like a good half acre. 35 metres square on the ground floor. No water, no electricity, and we're talking 179,000. Let's quickly look where it is. Okay, it's right down here towards Nîmes, and it's just outside Avignon, which I suppose can play a bit. But let's have a look at the photos. Oh right, yeah, I remember why I pulled this one up. This is a fun one. Basically, they got this mill here. It's been partly renovated. I think they just like down tools on it, or it's been re-renovated from an old one. This here is a technique I often see in old mills, which never really works. Doesn't age well, put it that way. These are glass panels, either looking over the stream or looking over the actual mechanics. I think in this one it's more the stream. But you can see the glass never actually ages well and doesn't work out brilliant. So this is just one big room with a floor above. 179,000 euros. No water, no electricity, and probably no sanitation as well. Or if it has, it probably just goes into the stream. But what made me remember this one though, I think it's the next photo. Let's have a look. Oh no, that's just yet another photo of the same room. And another photo of the same room. But notice this mattress here. There's a little clue for you. See it? Mattress with bits on it. Looks like a caveman's been lived there, but it's not. They're not cavemen. Get into it in a minute, because we just got a photo of the same room. We have 10 photos of the same room so far. No, 8 photos, 9 photos. There you go. You got walls with it. Why is this lady selling the house and taking photos of the walls? Okay, they might be in the pen, but I don't think you can actually consider them part of the house. Well, I don't think I want to go there anyhow. I think he's running around with walls all over the place. And you've got all these pallets to take down as well. That should, if I go back to the front photo, that one there. See here, looks like some sort of thing out of The Walking Dead, if you ask me. Keep the zombies out. Well, I certainly won't be paying 179,000 for that. Basically a barn with some land by a river. Well, this one's definitely a case of onwards and upwards. This one here, 249,900. Quite 250. This one is actually on the market with us at Agence Newton. It's a lovely mill house just outside of the town of Gemmy-sur-Scorff. Just checking the land size here. Land size, half an acre of land. You've got 100 metres square of livable space, and you've got outbuilding there as well. Energy rating, we're on an E and a B, so not too bad for an old house. And let's have a look at the photos. So that's like taking the front. You've got the conservatory there. The river's running down the side here. You can't quite see it on the photo, but it's in that dark area there. Just, well, actually the river would be just above my head normally when you're looking at this video. Got the outbuilding out the back there. Veranda. Living room, obviously these are quite evident what these photos are. Whoop. 2 bedrooms there. Shower room. 3rd bedroom. Looking out over the garden. There's the river for you. This is one thing, there's no actual, can we say, a dry drive over. You have to actually get to the property, you have to go on a car, you have to go through a ford. There is a footbridge up here, but you actually have to go through the ford with your car, so you might want a small 4x4 or something like that. If you're the sort of person who drives around in a sports car where you're not driving to the house, there's parking on the other side of the river, by the road there, then you can walk over, so that's no problem. But if you do want to get to the actual property, 4x4, tractor or something similar. So like I said, that's near Gimli to Scorff, €250,000 or thereabouts. Once again, I'll put a link up in the top corner there for you to actually link through to direct details on this property. All this section here is Brittany. That's actually Normandy up there, and this is, well, I won't say centre, but inland, near to the town of Gimli to Scorff, which is roughly, that's probably about 50 minutes to the coast there. You got Rennes there. You got St Malo ferryport up here, and you got the Roscoff ferryport up here. That's probably about a good hour's drive, and that's probably coming on for 2 hours, or no, hour and a half, say. Airports are Rennes and Nantes for that one. Anyway, next one. Actually, lovely photo, which is actually overexposed by this agency. But we actually have a mill, which is in Lagor in 64. So look where that is. So that's right down here towards Biarritz, almost into the Pyrenees, near Po and that sort of thing. So right down south. Maybe that's why it's overexposed, too much sun probably. But certainly a nice looking mill. It's got 192 metres square of land. Of livable space. But we're talking €315,000. 6,439 metres square of land, so that's about an acre and a half. Coming on for 200 metres square of livable space, 8 rooms, 5 bedrooms. DPE, got an E and a B, so quite standard for the older houses, admittedly. Let's have a look at the photos. This website here, Immobilier Le Figaro, it's got a weird cropping system. It actually makes them all into panoramic photos for some reason. It's either that or the agents are all using their phones in panoramic mode. But you feel like you're missing a bit of the photo each time. Well, the photos aren't brilliant quality, but it all looks up and running. Very rustic. That's part of being in a mill though, isn't it? Oh, you've got a jacuzzi there and a little gym. Not that's complicated. If you haven't got a jacuzzi and a little gym, you just buy it and put it in. So, reasonable little river there. Got some ducks. Like I said, these photos are cropped weirdly, so it's a bit weird. Kitchen's very basic. Got wood burners all over the place. That looks like a bit of a bathroom there. Big bedroom. There you go. Actually, that'll be the house. Yes, the river's running right underneath it. So it's a proper water mill, let's say. Jacuzzi we saw earlier. Back to that photo. Another one of that photo. Another photo of that. Is that like some sort of pool system where you dip in, or is it just actually drinking water? I don't know. But certainly an interesting looking property. I think that's down towards Lagor, which is right down south, as I mentioned. I think they actually might heat with wood burners or whatever. There's quite a few wood burners, but all this you can see here looks like it's stacked wood as well. So keep it going for a while. So next one. Right, this one here, we're going up in price again, so €398,000. And let's have a look at it. This is close to the Souterraine, so not too far from that one we had at the agency. 8 rooms, 337 metres square livable space, 4 bedrooms, land of 1.4245 hectares, so 1 hectare being 2.5 acres, 0.4, let's call it 3.5 or 3 3/4 acres of land. The actual C rating on the DPE, so that's not too bad, especially for the older houses. Let's have a look at the photos. It actually looks like quite a big building, surprisingly. You probably see a front view here, it seems like a normal house. We've got about the same again behind it by the looks of it. Like I said, that seems like a fairly normal size house. There's the old water mill. So you can see a stream down the bottom, just down here. And so no doubt had a leat going down to run that mill there. There's the actual river. Clean and tidy inside. Wood burner once again. Look at all these timbers. One thing I remember about with lots of water mills as well, due to having all the mechanics in it, is actually, when it comes to actual level of woodwork, it's usually pretty hefty. Won't be actually going anywhere for a few years because it obviously had to support that much weight. Nice looking kitchen, original, modern, but fits in well with the old style if you ask me. Okay, yeah, we've got a kitchen. If you haven't noticed, we've got a few kitchens. Well, that's a nice old wood burner. Is that an old one or is that a new one? I don't know. I'm guessing it's an old one, but revamped. That's a Godin. A Godin, that's Godin's is a French equivalent of Rayburn. It's like the bee's knees when it comes to wood burners over here. So, like I said, I don't know if it's a new one or an old one, but that's worth a pretty penny on its own already. We don't actually see many other bedrooms. It's actually, like I said, we've just got, okay, outside, big living room, still big living room, that same living room. Oh, got a kitchen now, and a kitchen, 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 and a kitchen. So it's got bedrooms, but we don't know what it looked like. For me, that could mean one of two things. No, actually one of three things. Either the agent was lazy, couldn't be bothered going upstairs to do photos, but that's pretty stupid. Two, on this website might actually have a maximum photo limit, so there might be lots of other photos, especially done like 3 or 4 photos of each room or more. She might have done tons of photos, but only 15 photos go to this website. Who knows? And the other option, which I hope it's not, is that it actually upstairs is in such a state they don't want to take any photos. So they've like done downstairs, haven't touched upstairs, and it was like a put off. But if you ask me, that still should be shown anyhow. And as I said, that's towards Haute-Vienne, not far from the other one. Guéret, as I mentioned earlier. There's Limoges, Châteauroux, Poitiers. So in the same areas, that mill we have on the books at 159. Might tell my agent about this and get him to check that one out. So, onwards and upwards. You're going to get bored of me saying that soon. I'm saying it all things, so I have to find another expression. So here we have a mill, which a 3-bedroom mill between Montréchal and Saint-Aignan-sur-Cher, which is, you can see here, there's Tours, there's Le Mans, Bourges, Orléans, there's Paris up there. So what a lot of French refer to as Central France, but it's not actually Central France. And the mill itself, let's have a look here, we've actually got 271 metres square of land, 5 rooms, 3 bedrooms, land of 1.91 hectares, so they're coming off of 5 acres. And let's have a look at photos. So once again, yeah, this is a nice feature mill, because when I was researching this, actually there's lots of mills up on the books. Not that many sites actually you can actually select mills as a criteria. Most it's just houses and flats and that sort of thing. There's 1 or 2 sites out that you can, or otherwise you're just trawling through and trying to find them. But yeah, like I said, lots of mills out there on the market. What I've chosen here in these ones is actually do actually have a bit of a wow factor, or should I say some buzz factor as well on YouTube. A water mill needs to have a water feature, and this one obviously does have it here. That would be where the actual water goes through to the actual turbine itself. So reasonable looking river, because sometimes you see them where the actual river is, it's actually almost a dirt track, it's so dry. Massive great big wheel here, by the looks of it. So looking at that photo, that's probably taking up all of that shed there. So it wouldn't be actually a high power stream, it's like a slow stream, so it just turns over because of the size of it, speeds up in the middle. Nice feature of the actual mill workings, which I do like to see, because once again, if you're buying a mortar mill, it's for a reason. I like this stone here. This is the actual local stone around there. You see it in 2 or 3 other areas of France. It's actually like the limestone. It looks almost like big concrete blocks or cinder blocks, but it's not. It's actually stone. Okay, kitchen's a bit dated, but it's there. Property looks a bit dated, but it's all there. It's all clean and tidy. Fairly nice looking property. And whereabouts is that one situated? between Tours and Bourges. If you ask me, it sounds a bit expensive. As I said earlier, also, I think it's relative to local prices. I don't know the prices there off by heart. Certainly a nice looking place, but I think might be slightly overpriced. On to the next one. This one, we're back to Brittany and back to this website which crops the photos. Come on, Figaro. Can we have normal size photos? Looks like that is a little turbine which is handy in a way, but it's not very impressive as a watermill. So big chunky photos here, quite a bit of land, very 1970s renovation looking type job. Let's have a look inside. Okay, no, don't get inside. That's it, that's about where you get inside. Okay, so let's have a look at this. We've got a wood burner there, you've got stone walls, nice stone walls, wooden floors, single glazed by looks of it. No, sorry, that's double glazed with wooden bars. Can't tell you a great deal about the inside because basically there's no photos. Don't you love the French agents? 8 photos. 446,000 euros. 200 metre square livable space. I'm sure we can find some rooms to take photos of. Fondé-en-titre. This is a very important thing. Fondé-en-titre. It actually means the actual mill existed before the Napoleonic Revolution, and which means it actually has water rights. If you're interested in producing electricity with your water mill, it needs to be fondé-en-titre, or they can give you some grief. Okay, while we're on that subject of actual water mills, and in particular mill ponds, obviously some mills are on streams or rivers, and others have mill ponds. New ecological laws in France state that unless a lake which actually has a river running through the middle of it, if it doesn't exist on the Carte Cassini, which was done at Napoleon's time, going back to Napoleon's thing, which is about that map, the Carte Cassini, was done from memory, I think it was 1785 to 1815. If the actual lake doesn't figure on that map and the river runs through it, and you don't actually have the right planning permission for it up to date, then they'll be looking for you to actually landfill that lake and just make it to a stream in the name of ecology, because apparently it's ruining the ecosystems for the fish in the river. The fact these lakes have actually been, some of them have been here for like 100 years or 200 years, so actually putting them back into streams isn't going to alter the ecosystem at all. I get a bit fed up with some of these eco warriors in their offices in Paris who don't actually know anything about real life or country life anyhow. But yeah, rant over, onwards and upwards. But certainly when you're looking at mills, if there is a mill pond, make sure you check out whether he actually has the right to be there or not, or you might get a nasty surprise a bit later. Anyway, back to this mill here. So like I said, not a great deal of photos except for the little river running down the back here. I think there's a big stream down the bottom, but we can't make it out because of the crop photos. And this one is situated in Brittany, over towards the finish, well, in the finish there. So once again, you've got Roscoff up here, which goes to Plymouth Ferry, St Malo to Combourg, St Malo to Portsmouth, sorry. You've got Brest up here, Quimper down there, and it's in the countryside. We're finished there. Next mill. Right, this is a mill we have on our books, Agence Newton, down in the Corrèze, near to Beaulieu-sur-Dordogne. Beaulieu-sur-Dordogne can actually trick you into thinking it's actually in Dordogne. It's not. It's actually the Dordogne River carries on across the Corrèze. And Beaulieu-sur-Dordogne is a lovely village, riverside village. And you go down there, it's very much like Sala, but with half the tourists. If you go down that way, certainly check it out. Nice place to go and visit. So this place here is on the market for 550,000 euros. Size-wise, we're talking about 250 metre square livable space and land of just under a hectare, so like 2¼ acres, something like that. We're on a double F rating for the DPE, which could be slightly better. And like I said, price 550. Land size, yeah, I've mentioned that. So let's have a look here. Up. So big traditional character building And you definitely have a water feature on this one. Look at that, that's actually the mill stream coming in. And they've actually built decking out over the top here. Yeah, that's saying watermill to me. I'm never too sure what these buildings are. I've seen them quite often near riverside properties. And whether they're actually some sort of dovecot or not, grain store or something, I don't really know. I'll have to check that one out someday. Okay, kitchen. Okay, looks like an IKEA kitchen to me. Not sure though. Okay, very classical dining room. Okay, another glass feature. Looking down onto the workings, we can see the glass is worn. So you might want to change the glass at some point. Nice dining room, nice sitting room there. Cosy. Okay. Wonder what else to start with. If you haven't sussed it out, it's actually the overflow for the pool there. So that's probably the other side of the mill house where the river comes out. If you want to like come back to this one a minute. There you go. That's where the water comes in, and that's where the water comes out, the other side. This is certainly interesting looking property. Like I say, on a budget of 550. You can see here that's just dropped down from just under the 600 mark. That's down in Corrèze. Let's have a look here. So Corrèze is down here. We've got Périgueux here. We've got Limoges there. Montélimar, Toulouse, Bordeaux, Clermont-Ferrand. There's Brive de Gaillard. And this is Beaulieu sur Dordogne, and it's just above here. So certainly an interesting looking place. Once again, on the books with us, Agence Newton. So I'll put a link up the top there for you. And we'll move on to the next one. This one here is €575,000, including agency fees. 225 metres square of livable space. 8 rooms, 5 bedrooms, and 1.1 hectares, so coming up for 3 acres. After the actual agent, it was built in the 1400s. So, well, quite possibly. But not those buildings, I think the site might be there since the 1400s. Let's have a look at the photos. Plantile roof, quite standard for down there. There's the actual river, so yes, you do have the water feature. Oh, that's the entrance, so that'd be nice. Is that the gates by the road going up to the mill that way, or do you come in this way and these are gates by the mill? Don't know. Got a pool there. If you don't want to swim in the mill stream, not quite the same. Modern kitchen. Okay, so fully renovated by the looks of it. Fairly recently, I guess, looking at the style, even though you have got some old style furniture there. All looks clean and tidy. I'm not too keen on the actual furniture itself, but you actually look here, they actually like whitewash the walls and this sort of thing. It actually works well. Certainly looks interesting. And that was how much? That was 575,000. Do I prefer that one to the last one? Where is it? Let's have a look. Okay, you're between Bergerac and Bordeaux, so yeah, not. I thought I was expecting to be further south then. I think it's a case of actually having a look at both of them, if I was you, and see what the actual situation of the property is. You can never tell what the situation is from the actual videos. Anyway, next mill. So this one here, on the books at 598,400. 300, it says 350 metres square livable space, 9 rooms, 6 bedrooms, and 7.1 hectares, so 714, 18 acres, something like that. 9 rooms, 6 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 shower room and 3 toilets, gas central heating, and no DPE, which isn't very good because in France you're obliged to actually have the DPE. So looking at here, certainly a big old house. Let's have a look at it. It's certainly big, like I said, nice features in there. All the mill features. A big barn. A well. River on down the side there. Bit of land. No photos of the inside. Me personally though, looking at it, well, photos of the inside, that's it. That's the photo of the inside we've got to work on. Looks dated to me. Let's have a look where it is. Okay, so nowhere special. There's Bourges, there's Orléans. A few hours to Paris. And was it 600,000? I don't think so. Let's move on from that one. Besides, they've got DP as well, so shouldn't show it. Another one here, 600,000. It's got the river feature here. Let's check out a bit more. 330 metres square, 7 rooms, 3 bedrooms, 8,573 metres square, which is about 2 acres. DP, E and E, which isn't brilliant, but it's not an F and G, so you're good. And let's have a look at the actual photos here. So an interesting looking building. Okay, this looks like a lot more with it. Actually got some inside photos. I get the impression with Patrick's Best, if they don't show the inside photos, it's because they're not very nice. This one's got inside photos. It's been fully renovated. Well, certainly a good part of it has. Decent river, pond there. Admittedly, this agency here, which is supposed to be like a top of the market agency, I think they're very limited on their photos. And whereabouts is this one? This is in just outside Poitiers. Once again, if you ask me, that sounds expensive for what it is. 600,000. I think it's expected about 350, 400 for that. Anyway, next one. Oh yeah, this is an interesting one. Well, it's interesting to me. I sold this mill back in the late 80s to an English bloke. I also didn't own it, I was the agent. That takes me back a bit. 40 years ago. Let's say early 90s, make me feel better. 30 years ago. And sold it to an English bloke. He then also sold it on this. I think it's now French owned. What made me laugh about this place is actually on the River Laïta, which is in Brittany, which is a wild river, as the French say, as in it hasn't got locks, it's not controlled. And this English person bought this house and he says, does the river flood? And you say, well, yes, it's a wild river, and this is a watermill on the wild river, so nature of the thing is, yes, you can be flooded. He bought the house in August. In January or February the following year, he was in the office complaining because the mill had flooded, and so he didn't want to keep it. We did actually explain to him this before he bought it, but some people are like that. They only hear what they want to hear. So yes, the mill does flood on this one occasionally when there's very bad water, but we see these photos here. There's other buildings with it which don't flood. So there's this building here, which is fine. And in fact, when you look, and this is the bridge going over, and when you actually look at this, this is inside the other building. It's all renovated and nice in there. There's the kitchen for you. Patio looking down the river. That's the actual mill itself, and the water's come down such a force that I should go over here and go through that window, I remember. But there's a little sneak photo they show here. That's the main house there. These are outbuildings. The mill is across the way just here. There you go. That's the other side if you want. And that's the inside. So I don't even see there all that mildew on the roof, on ceiling. That is coming from the actual, I wouldn't say repeated floodings, but the floods over the years. I believe, looking at this, they've no doubt decided not to use that as a house, just use it as a barn or storage or whatever. And so, lovely place, secluded, very secluded, down by the river. Have to drive down a big long lane to get to it. Certainly a lovely place. What's it on the market at the moment now? 680, which admittedly doesn't sound too bad to me, because I think it's got quite a bit of land as well. But it's actually surrounded by woodland, so there's enough land surrounded by woodland that you are very, very private there. But certainly a lovely place to be. If you're looking for that rural retreat, that could be really nice. Actually, I'll have to try and see if I'll get that on our books. Stay tuned. Like and subscribe and all that stuff. And like I said, that is in Brittany here. This is, I'll put it on the Moulin de Mott, that's just because it's in the general area, that's not actually Moulin de Mott. As we don't actually have it on our books, I won't show you the exact location, but it is on the Later River, which is this river going up here, which goes down to the coast. You can canoe down to the river, to the sea if you want to. Take you a while, but you can do it. Anyway, next one. Boomf. This one here I actually included. I'll run through this one fairly quickly. This one's in Dordogne, 146 metres square, 5 rooms, 4 bedrooms, 5 hectares of land. Okay, it's got 5 hectares, great, jiggly boo. 7.5 acres. 682,500. I don't know about you, but I can't actually see any water around this. So it's very much mill by name, not by nature. There's another photo claim to the river. I think Mudge's down here somewhere. So no sign of water there, anything at all. Modern house inside, fairly standard 1990s renovation. Might have been updated a bit. Very boring inside, if you ask me. Overground. Nice countryside. But I don't see why they put that in the mill. Like I said, mill by name, not by nature. So I won't linger on that one. I think it's around about here in Dordogne. Not sure exactly where. Couldn't be bothered looking for it. 682,000. Way overpriced if you ask me. This one here, on the books with us again. Slightly different website for us. This is our brand new prestige website. This is a mill house in Brittany. We have lovely place. See here we've got the virtual tour, and up. There you go, with the maps you can zoom around there. You can actually enlarge it as well as a full size thing. Go through the doors, that sort of stuff. Boom, come on you. Okay, I'll let you play with that. Here's the photos. This is in central Brittany. Lovely place, you've got buildings both sides here. That down there is a covered swimming pool, which is a bit winterised at the moment, I'd say. But lovely place. Lovely renovation, big place as well. And you can see it here, you've got a big lake with it. And you've still got the mill features there, which is nice. And we've got a photo of the lake, that's the pool. Like I said, it's a bit wintered down at the moment, needs a bit of a clean. And that's your lake. So you've got that at the house, that's like, you look out of the house onto that, which is a nice feature. And 241 metres square, 13 rooms, 4 hectares 76, which is 5, 10, 12 acres, say, something like that. And built in 1700s. On the books at 686,000 euros, and that is situated in central Brittany, just about here. So you've got Camperley, Lorient. This is the big main run, goes up to Roscoff. But nice countryside, very wooded countryside. I can actually show you here. You see it's really green, it's actually lots of woodland and that sort of thing. Lovely property, and as always with the properties we have on our books, I'll put a link up the top there for you. And last but not least, we have this mill house here, which is actually in Beaulieu, which is in the 49, which is actually the Angers department. But it's not called Angers, that's a big town. And there's Angers, you see. So it's between Angers and Tours, in Monteliard there. So what do we have here? We actually have a mill house, 11 rooms, 7 bedrooms, 400 metres square of livable space. It doesn't actually say how much land directly there, does it say it here? 7,728 metres square of land, coming on for 2 acres. Let's have a look at it. So, we got the main mill house, got a river running down here, obviously. That might run the other side looking at that stone reinforcing wall. Second building there with the pool. Okay, right, so that's just another angle. Right, looks like you're pretty well in the countryside though. Can't see any river there at the moment though. Oh, there's a river coming down to the actual pool there. Okay, let's have a look here. Looking at those windows, so this is actually a renovated house, so first of all that's the mill house. But this is it here. Let's look at those windows again. Okay. And if we go back to that shot there, look at those windows. So in fact the renovated part is here. We don't know what's in the mill house. Once again, this is Barnes International. They make me laugh, some of these big prestigious agencies. Actually, they show you what they want to show you. They show you the nice bits, won't show you the bad bits. If there are bad bits. Certainly leaves me thinking there's bad bits. So they're shooting themselves in the foot in a way. Let's be artistic and get sun reflecting on the river. Not actually tells us anything about the house. But there you go. There's a section of mills for you. Like I said, I'll be doing another video very soon on what we call big mills, which are more over 300 metres square of livable surface. The big industrial mills, or just very big mills, which are quite often popular with, let's say, artists and things like this. You want to do galleries and things like that, or you just like big open plan living. So stay tuned. Don't forget to click that old like and subscribe button down there, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.